welcome back to another Just 5 Mins. You might have noticed it had a longer intro. I do apologise. My good old trusty Audacity application that I've used for years and years to create audio and slice and do all those things. I updated it and the new version just keeps crashing every time I want to record something. So anyway, never mind. Okay, so this is slightly new territory because I'm also recording this podcast using an online studio, so no local app at all, which is pretty incredible. So what have we got this time around? Well, it's really hard to extract yourself from the gravitational pull of the AI world, isn't it? And I have to give a little bit, I think I'm going to call this a gratitude chain, because it's thanks to my good friend Tim Abel, who popped a little link in to say about the OpenAI Dev Day. Yeah, if you haven't already seen that. Maybe people have, I don't know. Does it affect you? Well, I guess it will at some point. But anyway, the gratitude chain was from Tim originally, and then via someone on Twitter or X now called jgen_x or XI. Anyway, well, I'll put the link below. Okay, so what the heck? More AI. Yes, more AI. Come on. But we've got things like GPT-4 Turbo, which is bigger, better, 50% cheaper than GPT-4. So maybe it'll make sense of what you're typing in a little bit more. I don't know. But for me, you can't help feel this. Okay, I saw a few months ago a prompt marketplace. There's a few of them. Okay, I'll try to find the link if I can. So the idea is that you can create really good prompts to get something, whether it's an image, code, or this or that. And maybe it's the way you've entered that prompt, given it context, done the work, and you can sell prompts, for goodness sake. Okay. Flash in the pan? Probably, but hey, make hay while the sun shines, I reckon. But also, I think, people are saying this is like the Apple moment with the iPhone when they released the iPhone, but also the App Store. Okay, so in the latest release now, you've got literally custom GPTs, they're calling it. So you've got Chat GPT, but you can essentially, almost like a low code, no code environment, you can create GPTs to do specific things. Now, I've been using, and I did an episode on something called Prompt Perfect. And again, there's a lot of these things where LangChain and AutoGen and lots of different things, but where you can basically chain together prompt actions, different models, interactions, and goodness knows what. I'm sure those things are still going to be useful. They're not going away anywhere soon. But custom GPTs, you can build your own, interestingly. And more to the point, they've got a custom GPT store. So you can buy and sell, custom GPTs for whatever. They also have Assistance API, which I think is quite interesting. I shouldn't really just skip over that custom GPT store, because it may well be the big moment where OpenAI, given the massive sort of knowledge base that they've got already, given the fact that that custom GPT store may well be, right on the foundation of a new phenomena like the iPhone with the App Store. So let's not, pull that down too far. But the Assistance API, you could build autonomous agents. And interestingly, this is where, and I've been playing with this over the last few months, you do have to have a paid version of OpenAI, but I've been doing this through the Azure OpenAI partnership through there as well, and even Docker containers that you can get access to. But that's another subject which I've done an episode on and maybe revisit. But interestingly, the Assistance API, so you can actually do all the stuff that you do with ChatGPT, but you can string together, again, like this LangChain, they call it, but you can string together actions and functions, and it can look at your own data. You could have it connect to your email if you wanted it to. They're all scary things on the surface, but uh, anyway, I'm not even going to go there because I think there's some really good advantages, and yes, there is some security things to think about as well. But they do seem to be doing things correctly, getting OAuth and making sure that your connections to your email or your data is as secure as it could be, I suppose. But the other thing as well, which I'm just going to have a little look here. It is basically we've got human quality speech. I mean, text to speech has been around for a long, long time, isn't it? But this one, I must admit, it's a step above. There's no doubt about it. There's a lot of other stuff, but the last couple of little bits I've already gone over the allotted time as usual. Is Whisper. So I did literally just a couple of episodes ago about Whisper AI from the OpenAI folks. It's version 3 now, so it can do really, really good transcriptions from whether it's any audio really, but from video, audio of any kind, for different languages as well. So you could have audio or a video in Spanish, and it gets extracted as English, and it works really well. I did, like I say, an episode on this, and I've used it. It does work really well. The latest version, I'm sure, is going to be even better. And the final thing is custom models for enterprise. So I'm already doing stuff with Azure OpenAI on sort of enterprise data anyway, but this is quite interesting that they've got, you can create a custom model for your enterprise data with specific domain knowledge. But again, that's great, but I'm already using that through Azure OpenAI. But I guess if you don't want to live in the Azure world, well, this gives you another track, doesn't it, to get there. But the Chat GPT-4 Turbo, my goodness, that is quite an interesting one. There's a lot of notes. I've got the bullet points below and the links to the relevant people of the gratitude chain. So that's all I've got for this time. More AI, I'm afraid, but what can you do? Okay, take care until next time.